Have you ever felt like someone was trying to control you? Maybe it was a manipulative boss, a toxic friend, or a controlling family member. They might make you feel like your choices aren't your own. Their words, actions, or guilt trips seem to steer you in the direction they want. The truth is, many people try to influence your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. They might use guilt to make you feel bad for saying no. They might use fear to keep you from speaking up or acting. They might gaslight you, making you doubt your own thoughts. Or they might apply emotional pressure, using anger, sadness, or love to manipulate your actions. But the Stoics understood something that can free you from this cycle. They knew how to resist control. The Stoics mastered emotional discipline, logical thinking, and mental independence. They didn't let others take hold of their minds or emotions. They understood that true power lies in keeping control of your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. In this video, we'll explore 12 Stoic rules that can help you outsmart anyone who tries to control you, so that you can stay strong, clear-minded, and in charge of your own life. Manipulation is everywhere. You've probably experienced it before. Some people will try to control you because they want power over you. They might not even realize it, but it's about gaining control of your actions, emotions, or decisions. So, how do people try to control you? 1. Fear, making you afraid to act or speak up. Fear is one of the most common tools people use to control others. When someone can make you afraid of the consequences of speaking up or making your own decisions, they limit your actions and get you to follow their agenda. Fear of rejection, failure, or confrontation can silence you, and that's exactly what they want. 2. Guilt, making you feel bad for saying no. Guilt is another powerful weapon. People may use guilt trips to manipulate you into doing what they want. They might make you feel selfish for not agreeing with them or bad for setting boundaries. The goal is to make you feel like you owe them something, even when you don't. 3. Gaslighting, making you doubt your own thoughts. Gaslighting is when someone tries to make you question your own perception of reality. They might tell you your memory is wrong, or your feelings are not valid. The goal is to make you doubt yourself, so they can manipulate your choices and emotions. 4. Emotional pressure, using anger, sadness, or love to influence you. Emotional manipulation works by pressuring you emotionally until you feel like you have no choice but to comply. They might use anger to intimidate you, sadness to guilt you, or love to manipulate you into doing something for them. This emotional pressure forces you into situations where you feel obligated to follow their wishes. The Stoics had a different approach to dealing with manipulation. They didn't allow emotions or external pressure to dictate their behavior. Instead, they used reason, control, and mental discipline to protect their freedom. The Stoics mastered emotional discipline, logical thinking, and mental strength to stay independent and free. Now let's explore 12 Stoic rules they followed that you can use to outsmart anyone who tries to control you. 1. Master your emotions so no one else can. Manipulators control you by triggering your emotions. If they can make you angry, they know you'll act impulsively. If they can make you afraid, they know you'll freeze or back down. If they can make you feel guilty, they know you'll give in. But emotions are not meant to control you, they are signals to guide you. Stoic rule: stay calm, stay rational. Instead of reacting emotionally, the Stoics trained themselves to think logically in moments of stress. They knew that responding with clarity is the only way to make wise decisions. Example: Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic leader, trained himself to never react emotionally. Whether facing war, betrayal, or personal loss, he always chose to think logically before responding. He didn't let his emotions dictate his actions, he focused on what was in his control. Lesson: when you control your emotions, you control the situation. 2. Never explain yourself to manipulators. Manipulative people will never be satisfied with your explanations. The more you defend yourself, the more they will twist your words and try to make you feel guilty or weak. They will use your explanations to trap you into their version of events, making you feel obligated to justify every action. By giving too many details, you open the door to more manipulation and control. Stoic rule: say less, defend less. The Stoics knew that talking too much only weakens your position. Instead of justifying your actions, the Stoics would remain silent and strong. Your actions speak louder than your words. If someone truly wants to understand your decisions, let them see what you do, not what you say. Example: Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, taught that you don't owe explanations to people who don't deserve them. Instead of trying to explain himself, he chose to live by his principles, letting his actions show his values. Lesson: defending yourself too much gives others power over you. 3. Learn to say no without guilt. Controlling people will use guilt to trap you into doing what they want. They will make you feel selfish for setting boundaries, trying to make you think that putting yourself first is wrong. They will make you feel like you owe them something, even when you don't. But the truth is, your time, energy, and decisions belong to you, not them. Stoic rule: no is a complete sentence. Saying no doesn't require a lengthy explanation. You don't need to justify why you can't do something. Your boundaries are non-negotiable. Example: Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, believed that true strength comes from choosing what you do, not from being forced into things. He taught that you should never let anyone manipulate you into actions that violate your principles or your well-being. Lesson: learn to say no without guilt and take back control of your life. 4. Recognize when someone is using fear against you. Fear is one of the oldest and most effective tools of control. Manipulators use fear to make you hesitate, stop you from taking action, or force you to obey. They might threaten you with the consequences of disobeying or create false dangers to keep you in line. But fear is a mental construct. It often doesn't have a basis in reality. Stoic rule: face fear with logic, not emotion. The Stoics believed that fear exists in the mind, not in reality. They knew that if you face fear logically, you can remove its power over you. When you question your fears and see them for what they really are, they lose their grip on you. Example: the Stoics taught that true freedom comes from the ability to reject fear and act despite it. Marcus Aurelius faced endless challenges, yet he didn't let fear stop him. He approached every difficulty with a clear mind, knowing that fear was only an illusion. Lesson: don't let fear control your decisions. Instead, face it with a calm and rational mind. 5. Don't engage in emotional games. Manipulators are experts at using drama, guilt, and passive aggression to control others. They create emotional turmoil, hoping you'll get caught up in it. They might try to start a fight, make you feel guilty, or use subtle jabs to get you off balance. They want you to react emotionally because when you do, they gain control. But the Stoics knew that emotions are not to be played with. Stoic rule: step back, observe. Don't play along. Instead of reacting to their emotional games, pause and take a step back. Observe their behavior, but don't let it pull you into a reaction. Don't get caught up in their drama. It's their game, and when you engage, they win. Example: Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor who faced constant challenges, wars, betrayal, and political drama. Yet, he ignored gossip, mind games, and all forms of drama. He focused on reason and logic, making decisions from a clear mind instead of an emotional one. Lesson: when someone tries to drag you into emotional chaos, stay calm and rational. 6. Control what you can, ignore what you can't. Manipulative people love to make you feel like you are responsible for things that are completely outside your control. They might blame you for their mistakes, or make you feel like you have to fix things that aren't yours to fix. This creates unnecessary stress and keeps you feeling powerless. The Stoics understood that true power lies in control of your own mind and actions. Stoic rule: your power lies only in what you can control, nothing else. Focus on what is in your control. Don't waste energy on what others do, say, or feel. Let go of things you can't change. Example: Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, was born into slavery and faced many hardships. However, he never let circumstances outside his control define his happiness. He focused on mastering his mind, and this gave him true freedom. Lesson: don't let manipulators draw you into their problems. Focus on what you can change: your thoughts, actions, and responses. 7. Question everything. Don't accept words at face value. Manipulative people often lie, exaggerate, and twist the truth to make you doubt your own thoughts and perceptions. They want to shape your reality to serve their needs. They will say things that sound convincing, but you should never accept words at face value. Stoic rule: always think for yourself. Question everything. The Stoics believed in critical thinking, and they never took anything for granted. They knew that thinking for yourself and questioning what you hear gives you the power to make informed decisions. Example: Socrates, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, was executed for encouraging people to think critically and question authority. He refused to follow blindly, and instead, he taught others to question everything, even their own assumptions. Lesson: never accept the truth just because someone tells you it is true. Always question, analyze, and think for yourself. 8. Recognize fake kindness and hidden agendas. Some people act nice and appear to be kind to you, but their kindness often comes with strings attached. They make you feel like you owe them something, or they give to manipulate rather than genuinely care for you. They don't expect nothing in return, they expect something from you. Stoic rule: judge actions, not words. Don't get caught up in someone's words of kindness. Look at their actions. Do they align with what they say? Real kindness doesn't ask for anything in return. Example: the Stoics believed that true kindness expects nothing in return. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, often spoke about how people use kindness as a tool for control when they don't have pure intentions. Lesson: be careful of people who disguise control as kindness. Judge their actions, not their words. 9. Stay silent when necessary. Let others reveal themselves. Manipulators thrive on information. The more you talk, the more they learn about you, your weaknesses, your desires, and how to use them against you. The less you say, the harder you are to control. By staying silent, you don't give them the tools to manipulate your decisions, thoughts, or emotions. You stay guarded, and they don't get the chance to influence you. Stoic rule: silence is power. Silence forces people to reveal themselves instead of you revealing too much about yourself. The more you listen and say little, the more you can observe their true intentions without exposing your own. Silence makes you stronger, more strategic, and more in control. Example: Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic emperors, spoke little and listened more. He didn't engage in every conversation or drama that came his way. Instead, he focused on thinking and observing before speaking. This made him harder to manipulate because he didn't reveal his thoughts and intentions too easily. Lesson: silence is not weakness, it's control. By saying less, you protect yourself. 10. Trust actions, not promises. People who try to control you often make big promises to win your trust or manipulate your decisions. But promises without action mean nothing. Manipulators will tell you what you want to hear, but their actions speak louder than words. The truth is revealed by what they do, not what they say. Stoic rule: look at what people do, not what they say. Pay close attention to whether their actions align with their promises. If their actions don't match their words, don't trust them. Real strength comes from doing, not from talking. Example: Seneca, Stoic philosopher, taught that words are meaningless without action. He believed that people who talk a lot and make promises without following through are not trustworthy. Instead, trust what they do, not what they say. Lesson: never trust promises without actions. Look for consistency between words and deeds. 11. Protect your time. Don't let others waste it. Your time is your most valuable resource, more valuable than money or material possessions. People who try to control you often demand too much of your time, attention, and energy. They may try to make their problems your responsibility or waste your time on things that don't matter. Stoic rule: your time is your most valuable resource. Guard it wisely. Be intentional about how you spend your time. Learn to say no to requests or demands that don't align with your priorities. Protect your energy and don't let others drain it for their own purposes. Example: the Stoics treated time as their most valuable asset. They didn't waste time on trivial matters, gossip, or distractions. They focused on what truly mattered and made sure their time was spent on actions that would help them grow, learn, or contribute. Lesson: your time is precious. Don't give it away to people or situations that don't deserve it. 12. Walk away when necessary. The most powerful way to deal with manipulators is sometimes simply to walk away. Some people will keep trying to control or manipulate you, no matter what you do. But instead of engaging in a battle you can't win, The Stoics taught that sometimes the best answer is silence and distance. Stoic rule: not every battle is worth fighting. If a situation is draining your energy or your peace, walk away. If someone is trying to manipulate you or change who you are, don't engage. Distance is your strength. When you leave the situation, you take back your power. Example: Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, taught that sometimes the best response is to remove yourself from toxic situations. He believed that when faced with manipulation or emotional pressure, it's best to detach and focus on what's within your control. Lesson: know when to walk away. You don't have to engage in every conflict. Sometimes, the best way to protect your peace is by simply leaving. Your mind is your fortress. No one can control you unless you let them. People will always try to manipulate, influence, or control you. But your mind, how you think, feel, and respond, is yours to protect. The Stoics understood that true power comes from mastering yourself. They didn't let anyone control their emotions, thoughts, or actions. Instead, they built mental resilience and strength. The moment you stop reacting to emotional manipulation, stop explaining yourself, and stop giving away your power, you become untouchable. Your mind is no longer vulnerable to others. You gain clarity, peace, and mental freedom because no one can control you without your permission. Manipulative people are everywhere. They try to control, pressure, and influence you every chance they get. But the Stoics proved that true power comes from mastering yourself. By following these 12 Stoic rules, you can outsmart anyone who tries to manipulate you. Stay calm. Think clearly. Never let fear, guilt, or mind games influence your decisions. The moment you stop reacting, stop defending, and stop giving away your power, they lose their control over you. Once you take back control of your own mind, no one can ever control you again. Stay strong, stay wise, and as always, stay stoic. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss new videos. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.